Hey, what's going on, guys? It is a great night. It's always a great night to back Pat, but it's a great night to wear the orange. It's a great night to wear the Summit blue. Actually, I like the kind of the white with the orange and purple uh, tilt they add to their uniforms tonight. Pretty cool. But Lady Vols take care of business tonight over Mississippi State, 86-73. They moved to 15-2 overall, 3-2 in Southeastern Conference play. And this was a game for me tonight. Again, it's one of those. I think we've established kind of your main players at this point in no particular order. Whitehorn, Spencer, Cooper, Spear. That's kind of your main ones. And you've got Spearman does good things. She adds a lot as well. And there's some nights Spearman is the best player as well. But this Lady Vols team, they take care of business tonight. Again, 86-73. They move forward with that. And this was a game against a pretty good Mississippi State team, a coach that they're a bit familiar with on those sidelines for Mississippi State. And but you got to like what you saw out of this team tonight. Lots of things along the way, pretty solid. I mean, there were times earlier on where they trailed in the game. The way they finished that half, though, was pretty good. You had a Spear three, and then you had Sam Spencer hit back-to-back threes, hit that buzzer beater to end the half. Now, you know, they talked about it in the post game when they interviewed Sam Spencer on it and said that they know the same as we do. The third quarter has not been their quarter. So I was pretty interested to hear that, actually, that Sam Spencer said that, because it's something we've noticed along the way, and we say it, but like, you know, how much does the team pay attention to it? And based off of that, yeah, it is pretty well known that that's not their quarter. The thing of it is they only lost that quarter by 1 point. So it's not like they just got smoked in the quarter. But still, yet, that third quarter, it seems like, has been an Achilles heel numerous times in these close games this year. I mean, if I go through the box score now, I mean, quarter number one, Lady Vols won 17-15. They did not get 20 points, and they normally get to at least 20 in here. Quarter number two, you look at 26-19. Quarter three, like I said, I mentioned 22-21. That's not that bad. Quarter number four, though, 22-17. So they took care of business in that quarter. And, you know, yeah, you can lose a quarter along the way, but the bottom line is second quarter, fourth quarter, they're finishing each half strong, and I like that for them as well. Let's look at the game stats for the Lady Vols tonight. Puckett, 2 points in 11 minutes. Whitehorn, she went for 20 points tonight, 14 in the first half. She was big for them. Spencer, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists on like 2 steals. Z Spearman, 7 points, 8 rebounds. Talasia Cooper, 16. She actually was considered the most offensive efficient on the night. When I go through the stats, you'll see why. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals. Big night for Cooper. I think it's pretty obvious at this point, and this is a good basketball team. Cooper's your main one. I don't think there's much doubt. As far as doing all the things, Jewel Spear, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Boyd, 1 point, 2 rebounds. Tess Darby, 6 points on the night. Latham, no points, but 4 rebounds, 3 fouls, 1 steal. And Hollingshed did hit a 3 on the night. She had a rebound on that as well. Again, your top performers from an efficient standpoint. Cooper, she rated at an offensive efficiency of 22. Spencer 19, Spear 17, Whitehorn 11. Looking at the team stats, Mississippi State shot 46%, Lady Vols 44. This was a big one for me tonight, and I thought it was a lot more efficient, and we've talked about that. We've talked about how they're not afraid to fire up the threes, but tonight, Lady Vols were 12 out of 26, 46%. I think that's a good amount for them. That is their game. That is their style. But, we're not up in the mid to high 30s. And I think that made a difference. Mississippi State, 8 out of 23, 35%. Free throws, Lady Vols were 71%, 10 out of 14. Not bad. Turnovers, they forced 20. They only made 12 turnovers. Points off of turnovers, Lady Vols had 30. Rebounds, 40 to 33 in favor of the Lady Vols. They had 16 offensive rebounds, second chance points. Mississippi State actually outscored them 12 to 9 in second chance. Bench points, Mississippi State outscored them 27-23. Points in the paint favored Mississippi State 34-28. Fast break favored Mississippi State 21-13. Blocks 4-0 Mississippi State. This is kind of what's funny. 9 steals to 7 for the Lady Vols, but assists 17-15 in favor of Mississippi State. So the big key on the night was the forced turnovers. And it was really, I think, that 46% from three-point range as well. Pretty good night for the Lady Vols. Again, I think any night in conference that you win is a good night. They've won 2 in a row now. This team could easily be sitting undefeated right now. I say easily. I don't know. Easily may be not the right word for it. But, I think if you're that team, you got to look back on that Oklahoma and LSU game and think those were winnable. But this is a good basketball team. They're going to make a lot of noise down the stretch. They are going to, it's the possibility for a big run is there. It's there this year. How do these better teams respond to the style of play? My one concern is it seems like some of these better teams are having success breaking down the press. And that is the style they want to play. So your teams like, and some of you have said in the chat, post-game chats, the UConns and the South Carolinas may have a lot of success in breaking those down, but you don't know until you play those. And I think Oklahoma and I think LSU both had success in those areas, and maybe that ended up being the difference with it. But another good night for Lady Vols basketball. This program, this team's rolling right along. They're back in action Sunday at Vanderbilt, 3 o'clock, as it's a doubleheader weekend for the men's and the women's. As far as the men play Saturday at 3:30, the women play Sunday at 3 o'clock. If some of you have not caught it so far, we are on a live show sabbatical right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm worn out. I'm burned out a bit. Been doing a lot of live shows, a lot of content. Content's going to keep on coming. Don't have to go into a whole lot of explanation on it, but, I feel I owe it to. We have an awesome community in our live shows, whether it's men's, women's, or whatever. We have a killer community. Love talking with you guys. I love interacting with you. Everybody is respectful, intelligent. That's my type of thing along the way. But the old adage of work smarter, not harder, that's where we're at right now. We're on a sabbatical. We're not just going away from it. We will be back at some point. Maybe we'll be back at some point later in the season. Right now, we are on a live show sabbatical. We're pretty much a video-only channel. We may go back to our Monday night streams. We're debating that right now. I'm debating it right now. Kerry's pretty much on board with whatever. I'll give him credit. He's like, hey, whatever you want to do. So it's kind of my call on it. There's a lot going on. So, we'll kind of keep it at there right now. But thank you guys so much for your support. Don't give up on the channel. Don't give up on it. Still will cover Vols, Lady Vols, all this stuff to the extent. May just not have as much live shows, but we'll still have a high quality of content along the way. You guys have a great rest of the evening. This is Frank. This is the House of Orange. It's always a great day to win, and it's a great day to wear the orange.